Hi, Jeannie. Good morning or afternoon or evening, whatever time it is. Let's do a little stretcheroo. So let's sit in a cross-legged seat where we begin typically, and we'll get settled in with the hands rested on the knees or folded in the lap. And let's close our eyes, and then we'll begin to come into the body. Taking stock of where we are right now. Maybe just tapping into any little alerts that the body is giving us right now. Let's take a moment to breathe together. So let's, on the exhale, empty out fully, really pressing the navel into the spine. And then in through the nose, we'll refill, filling up from the belly, up into the ribs, up to the throat. We can open the mouth and let it out. Out of the throat, out of the ribs, out of the belly, pressing navel to spine again. We'll do that again, sealing the lips on the inhale, taking it in, filling up from the bottom to the top, and letting it out. Once more, just the same. And letting go. Nice. So let's let the eyes flutter open. And we'll open up the neck. So let's just begin to drop the chin to the chest. Feeling the shoulder blades pressing downwards towards our hips. We'll just feel the opening in the back of the neck without doing much more at the moment. Now let's begin to start making some little half circle movements. So with the right ear towards the right shoulder, we'll drop the chin to the chest again. Left ear to left shoulder, just a little bit. And then we'll go back and forth nice and slowly, gradually increasing the size of our kind of half circles that we're doing with our head. And we'll pause eventually, but keep rocking from one side to the other, nice and slow and controlled. And when we reach eventually back to right ear and right shoulder, we'll stay. So re-straightening the spine and just allowing the head to fall to the right. And we'll pause here, really drawing the left shoulder downward so that we can open up on the left side of the neck. Taking a moment to breathe into the belly. Allowing the release in the side of the neck. So let's turn the chin towards the right shoulder. So we're feeling this stretch on the back of the left side of the neck. And you might play around with opening and closing your jaw here. Changes the sensation. Now let's tilt our chin up towards the ceiling, stretching out the front of the neck. And now either choosing to find stillness in one posture, one position of the chin, or finding motion with an upwards and downwards direction of our chin, taking what you need today. And let's find our chin heavy and hanging towards our chest. Just let the head dangle for a moment, and we'll notice the difference between the two sides of the neck now that we've only done one. And let's open the other side. So left ear to left shoulder. Really drawing the right elbow down towards the floor. Bringing the breath down to the navel. Again, try that open and closing with the jaw. I find it really kind of helps with drainage in my sinuses and in my ear. And let's point the chin down towards the floor again. Really drawing that shoulder blade down towards the floor as well, especially the right shoulder blade. And then chin up to the ceiling, opening the front of the neck. Your choice here, finding stillness or that motion, facing up, facing down. And let's roll the chin into the chest again, let the head be heavy. Now notice how we feel perhaps a little bit more balanced. And so while we're here with our heavy head, let's really curl in. So rounding the spine, might feel nice to brace the hands on the knees, but we're kind of feeling a separation in the shoulder blades as we round in. On the inhale, we'll begin to straighten the spine up. The head comes last, maybe shining our collarbones forward up a little bit more. And then on the exhale, we'll curl it down again. So seated cat and cow here. So finding our seated cat, curling into a little ball. On the inhale, we'll shine our face up to the ceiling, finding seated cow. Let's do that one more time. Curl it in. And inhale brings us back up, shining face to the ceiling. And exhale, we'll find ourselves at a neutral spine. So we'll do a little warm up into the shoulders. So let's bring the fingers down towards the mat. So really reaching the hands away from the shoulders. We've done this a million times. We'll just flip the palms. So change the direction of the hands. So palms facing up. And then palms facing down. And let's see how far we can twist. So we're interior and, nope, that's not the right word. We are externally and internally rotating our arms to feel this changing motion, this changing sensation all the way down the arms and maybe into the shoulder girdle. We'll continue just a couple more times, really splaying the palms, splaying the fingers wide as we rotate. So when you find your hands, palms up again, let's just inhale the hands up to the sky. And we'll exhale them straight back down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling, arms up. And exhaling, arms back down. Last one. Inhaling, arms up. And then exhale, we're just going to twist a little bit to the right. So resting the left hand on the knee. We'll sit up tall in the spine. We don't have to go crazy on this twist, just a little bit of twist to the right. And we'll hold here just so that we can allow our body to adjust. Maintain those nice deep belly breaths. And on the next exhale, we'll begin to unfurl back to center. Let's do that arm thing one more time. Inhaling, hands up. This time we're twisting to the left, bracing right hand against the left knee, tall in the spine. And on our exhale, we'll let go, come back to center. Nice. So let's brace our hands on the knees again. Let's just do a little shoulder roll here. So we'll bring the shoulders up to the ears, and then back, and then down, and back up again. So on the inhale, squeezing shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, let them down. One more time in this direction. Inhaling up. Exhale, let it go. Nice. Let's go the other way. So shoulders back and up. And exhale it forward and down. Two more. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. Last one. In. Exhale down. Nice. All right. So let's just do a little opening in the palms a little bit more. So we'll interlace the hands. And then just shoot the arms straight downward. So opening up the palms, getting the arms as straight as we can. No big deal here how straight the arms are. Just as long as we're feeling a stretching in the palms, in the forearms. This is good since you work at your desk all the time. So we'll pause here, breathing in through the hands. Really drop the shoulders away from the ears, sitting up tall in the spine. Now let's just begin to bring the hands parallel with the shoulder or as high as we feel is comfortable. Again, no rules here. Really pressing those hands away. And on the exhale, let's let them go. Nice. We can roll out the wrists a bit. Now let's go the other way. Nice. All right. So let's find a butterfly pose. So we'll bring the soles of the feet together. Doesn't really matter how far away your heels are from your groin. Just changes the stretch. So we'll hear more options as well. So let's grab a hold of our ankles. We'll sit up tall in the spine and then just hinging forward at the hips. We'll find that place where our body says stop. And then ask ourselves, do we want to maintain a long spine? Or do we want to round the spine? It just changes the sensation. It changes the location of the stretch. So take what you need. Feel it out. Elbows can press into the knees or not. If you round your spine, it brings it quite a deep stretch in the neck and in the back. But you'll probably feel it in the groin the most. And we'll settle in here for just a few more breaths so that we can allow the opening to be more beneficial. The longer we hold poses, the more benefit we get from them. So just ask yourself what parts of your body you can let go of while we release into this posture. And you can always prop yourself up on your fists, prop your head up on your fists, or have a pillow here, or hands bracing the face. So, you know, every day is a different day. Last breath here. And let's begin to prop ourselves up so that we can come back up to neutral. Now let's hang on to our right leg. We'll keep it exactly as it is. The left leg can come out straight and wide. So we might need to adjust ourselves here. So either bringing the left heel in a little bit closer to the groin, but we're in this kind of like somewhat of a wide-legged fold. So let's first just play around with the leg. So let's just point and flex this left leg that is straight. We can roll the ankle, just pointing and flexing, or rolling. All right, so let go of the leg for a moment. And we'll just find ourselves with our left hand down the left leg. And we'll grab a hold of whatever we can reach. So maybe it's the calf or the ankle, but you're pretty flexible, so I'm not surprised if you can touch your toes. But we will begin to keep our chest wide open to the center, okay? So with the right hand, we can either choose to have it up in the air, or we can choose to have it on our hip, or we can maybe fold it behind our back. So whatever feels most comfortable to you and it allows you to open deeper. You might feel the stretch in the right side body, as well as the left groin, maybe a little bit in the left glute, but wherever you're feeling it is fine. There's no wrong sensation. Every body is different. We'll just stay here for one more moment, wherever you want to be. Maybe even a hand above the head, but again, new day, new story. And so now, instead of our chest facing outwards towards the middle, let's come out of it a little bit so that we can turn our chest towards this leg. And with us, we're going to take our right leg in somewhat. So our right foot is meeting the inner thigh on the left leg. So this pose is called Janu Shirshasana. That means head to knee. So let's just walk our hands down and fold forward over this straight left leg. It's sometimes really nice to have a pillow on this leg so that you can just lay your head onto it and then just let gravity deepen your stretch. Otherwise, you kind of have to hold yourself up. But do your best to have your shoulders square towards this straight left leg. And then, as always, choosing a long spine or a straight one. A straight spine will give you more of a stretch in the hamstring. A rounded spine will give you a bit of hamstring, more glute, and more of a spinal release. Just a few more breaths here. Alright, let's begin to walk ourselves back up this leg so that we can straighten out. And now we're going to find fire log pose. So our right leg is already in a good position to stack. But what we'll do is we're just kind of bring our right leg out a little bit. So we're finding a right angle and a right ankle and a right angle and a right knee. And then our left leg is just going to come to stack. So stacking ankle on top of knee, knee on top of ankle. Yeah. So remember, we can always kind of back out of this pose. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what it looks like. So we can always kind of back out of this pose a bit by leaning backwards, holding ourselves up in our hands like this. We can also always stack some pillows in these empty spaces here where our knees are not touching the floor or our knees are not touching the ankle. So the end goal here is to eventually where the hips can loosen up so much that they can stack flat. But you know, there's no, we're not, you know, Indian men. We don't have their genetics. So finding that place between not enough and just a bit too much, we'll stay there and we'll breathe it out. Making sure to keep the feet flexed. Breathing into the hips to allow them to let go. Last breath. Now let's back out of it and we'll help our legs come apart. We'll bring the feet wide and the knees out wide too so that we can windshield wiper left and right, nice and slow, so that we can reduce any kind of unsettled low back. All right, so this time we'll just do that same thing on the other side. So right leg is out long. And then we'll tuck left heel into the groin. So we'll find ourselves sitting up tall, and we'll just point and flex that foot, or roll it, whatever the foot wants to do. It's kind of an odd angle. All right, so the right hand slides down the right leg. And then as we open up chest to the center, we'll find this kind of side stretch / hamstring stretch on the right side. So again, hands can do a variety of things, do what feels best. Just keep the chest kind of open and upwards towards the center, towards the ceiling. And if it feels good to let your head hang heavy, then go ahead and do that. Sometimes you get a nice neck release in the midst of this as well. All right, last breath. Bring ourselves up just a bit. Yeah, so now we'll face this leg, square off, kind of hips with the hips and the shoulders. Sitting up nice and tall, and we'll find our Janu on this side too. Maintaining that nice deep breath in the belly, even though we're very much folded. Slowing down the breath. Breathing in and out of the nose. couple breaths. And let's walk ourselves up. And we'll find fire log on the other side. So kind of just barely kicking the left leg out. It will be our base this time. Remember that right angle at the ankle, right angle at the knee. We're going to stack the right leg on top of the left this time. Keeping the feet flexed, propping up with pillows as needed. And we'll settle in for just a few moments. Gradually, as your hips fall and lower towards the floor, you can, and the knees and the ankles touch, you can begin to start leaning your chest. You know, it might not be today, but you could begin to start leaning your chest forward and then just propping yourself up on your hands, or maybe even just, you know, elbows on the knees and then propping your head up on your hands this way. So, or just again finding a pillow and just falling forward to really deepen the stretch. Last couple breaths. And let's gently come out, same way. Feet go wide, knees go wide. We'll windshield wiper left to right. All right. Well, the time has come for Shavasana. So let's first just recline all the way down onto our backs. And let's reach the fingers and toes away from each other. Point the toes, make one long line with the body. Maybe roll the ankles, roll the wrists. Maybe interlock the fingers or just wiggle out of the hips. And we'll find that Shavasana shape. Whatever laying posture we can maintain for, about a minute or so that we can integrate what we've just done into our bodies. So settling in. We'll scan the body and find those places where we're holding tension, and we'll let it go. Even those muscles in the face that we're holding, let them go. For 1 minute, you have nothing else to do but just lay and breathe. let's regain awareness into the body by wiggling the fingers and toes. And let's bring the knees into the chest for a hug. We'll rock side to side, massaging the low back. And let's roll onto our favorite side, whichever side that may be. And then we'll just gently, slowly bring ourselves up to that cross-legged seat we started in. And eyes can stay closed. And we can recenter ourselves and ground the hands on the knees. And again, we'll scan the body, noticing the changes. Let's bring the hands to heart center. We'll bring the thumbs to the breastbone so that we can tap into the subtle heartbeat. That reminder that we are here and this is now and we belong. Let's take 3 more breaths together. We'll fill out through the nose. Let it out the mouth. Another round in the nose. And let it go. Last one in. And out. We'll bow the head. Thank you for joining me on your mat today and allowing me to guide you. I love you so much, as you well know. Namaste.